What's going on, Pride Nation? Man, let me tell y'all, it's 420, and if you are not familiar with that song, that is one Mr. Mystical. I smell smoke. So just wanted to do that for those people who enjoy that brand of love. And also start the show off a little different. I want to thank every single one of you. Okay. It's funny because we're called Pride Nation. We always talk about being one pride. And yesterday, I got to be honest, this was beyond one pride for me. It was family. The amount of love and support and prayer and condolences and just 100% being human beings that showed up yesterday in force. God, I cannot thank you enough. It's amazing to see people take time out to just be human. And I know it's something that does not happen on a regular basis, but I got to say thank you. I thank every single one of you. Every message that I got, I responded to every single one of them. And everyone came with 100% love and fire and support. And I just can't thank you enough. I really can't thank you enough for the support, the kind words, the things that were said. There are no words that I can ever come up with that would ever express to you what it meant for me yesterday. Because as hard as yesterday was, when the kids go to sleep and you're sitting up there in your thoughts and you're alone and you have nothing else to think of but this person who's not there with you no more, I had an opportunity to turn to a simple source, which was my phone, and see all the beautiful messages that y'all put out there for me. So to you, I salute you. I thank you. I appreciate you. The amount of gratitude and sheer joy and happy. I don't think I cried so much in happiness as some of the kind words that I got. The most simplest messages of keep your head up and I'm praying for you. To, did you ever think that your brother saw you as his hero? And so I wanted to take this time to just thank you. I don't know how else to do it. I don't know what else I can say, but thank you. And I appreciate you. As always, people, I'm going to put on the show today. And so we got a few topics I want to hit on because I think they need to be addressed. And then we're going to watch just some game film and some playing of some receivers from the 2021 NFL draft. Now, if you pay attention to all my pictures, you will notice that when it's 100% a Lions video, they are generally the Lions colors on all of my photos, if you pay attention to it. If you look at this photo, it's a little ambiguous. You got some red, some white, you got some black and some white. And the reason for that is because we don't have these people as Lions just yet. However, I think that we can get some of these people as Lions. So I told you I got 36 people and I got 6 days to get this done. We're going to go and look at about 11 wide receivers. Now, here's the caveat. I'm putting it out there right now. Here's the caveat. None of these people I'm going to show you out of this 36, none of these people out of this 36 that I'm going to show you are going to be first round picks, in my opinion. None of them. These are all people that you can get between rounds 2 and 6. Some of them you can probably even get in the 7th. But most of them are 2 to 6 in that area. I wanted late round receivers. And plus it goes to the point that we don't have to expend a lot of resources early in the draft for receiver. So I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about how much Jeff Okudah has in common with Darius Slay. I want to talk about Dan Orlovsky because one thing I've learned from Dan Orlovsky is when he talked, he probably was told something and he's just putting it out there because it just seemed intriguing that some of the things that he has been spot on about. And that's just 100% the way I see it. So again, I just wanted to, like I said, I wanted to thank you all again. I wanted to let you know we got a show. We will be looking at some film. Some people I will slow it down on. that I will slow it down on and look at some film. Some people we're just gonna watch what the film show in terms of some of their plays. Obviously, there are gonna be highlights here, but trust me, I'm only showing you certain highlights that I handpicked for a reason, because as I did my research, I saw that there were certain trends and things with it. Some players I have player comparisons, and some people I think stand alone. So 100%. Again, I just want to thank y'all. Y'all made yesterday real easy. I mean, real easy for me. So as of right now, we're looking to lay my brother to rest finally on Saturday or Friday. We're trying to get one of those 2 days nailed down to get him laid to rest and allow for people who are out of state to come here. But just the kind words, man. I couldn't. I couldn't. I could not tell you how important or what it meant to me to see that, because I don't think that much of myself in terms of me being worthy of those type of language. But I just, man, y'all did something for me yesterday in ways that I wish I could repay it back 10 times fold. So without further ado, let me do this too. Today, I believe, is Luther Vandross, the late, great Luther Vandross' birthday. So shout out to him. It's 420. And so with the 420, I think that's like the National Weed Day. I started the show off with Mystical, I Smell Smoke, one of my favorite songs. I actually remember the lyrics. I was going to actually do the lyrics, and then I said, I'll save it for the end of the show. So let's get to the first part. I've been paying attention to something, right? I don't know if y'all noticed, but Terrell Lawrence has a YouTube channel. And he recently did an interview with Darius Slay. And I listened to it. It's only about good 10 or 11 minutes, but man, it was some gold nuggets in that interview. And what he said in that interview really got me to thinking. First thing that Darius Slay talked about was the how he got into his development. He said when he first came into the league, he literally came into the league and he thought he had to learn every formation and everything. And then he said he realized in the first day of practice, he said he was going against Calvin, and he said he went in with all this confidence. He said Calvin hit him with this stupid route. And he said, man, 1 minute he was there, the next minute he was up the field. He said, and I was so scared from that point on that I wouldn't even go for an interception in the NFL my first year. I would just try to knock it down. And I'm like, oh, damn. See, he giving me some psychological stuff. See, this is the kind of stuff I be want to hear. And he said, but it wasn't until Rasheed Mathis and Quin came to the team that it all slowed down for him. Mathis taught him how to watch film. And on top of Mathis teaching him how to watch film, Quin taught him how to diagnose the plays. And so he had this whole thing. And it got me to thinking about our own cornerback who was going through a similar thing. And I figured out that they had a lot of things in common. Like, for example, when Slay first came to the league, he wore number 30. How do I know this? Because he reminded me in that interview when he said Dez Bryant basically did his best Randy Moss impersonation on him. And when they would go against each other, Dez Bryant would tell him, like, oh, you still number 30. I don't care if you're number 23. But it's funny because after that first season, he switched from number 30 to number 23. And what is Jeff Okudah just did? Switch from number 30 to number 23. And Slay first season, he got hurt quite often. And Okudah in first season got hurt quite often. And Slay was able to learn from a vet like Quin and Mathis. Okudah gets to have Aaron Glenn, and I forgot the other dude's name off the top of my head because I had this all written out, but damn it, I forgot. So I'm sorry. But he's able to learn from veteran leadership to help him be a better corner. Then I went down and said how much Slay gave praise. How much Slay gave praise to going up against Calvin Johnson. And he said that the biggest thing with Calvin Johnson was just his ability to be fast, because he said most of the people he went against wasn't fast. And I'm thinking, okay, well, let's reverse it. Brashard Perriman is supposed to be a very fast receiver, and Okudah is going against who? Brashard Perriman to get faster. So once I saw that, I was like, yo, okay. this is intriguing. Everything lines up to it. Everything lines up to them having similar seasons. I also believe that the Lions are not done adding veteran presence. They're just buying their time to see what they get in the draft, and then they'll go back into the well and dip after they go through and clear all the undrafteds. Now, that's other news. There's other news that's going on in terms of how, let me go back a little bit. How does this really affect Okudah, and how does this help the Lions? Well, one of the things is oh, wow. Okay. I might have to go back and read that. But one thing that I realize is when it comes to the development of these players, there has to be somebody to push them. And so this right here means one or two things. If you have a guy in Okudah that really believes that, I have all this room for improvement, and he has people who are going to work with him and take their time to see to it that it's approved, I don't think there's anything else that we can say. So, it's crazy to me to see the development grow. And so the first thing that I did was I said to myself, how does this build confidence for year two? Because that's all it was for Darius Slay. He said the first year, the confidence was like questionable. He felt the pressure of being taken as a second-round corner. What kind of pressure does it have to be for a cornerback in Okudah to be taken third overall? Because the only difference between them is one was taken in the second, the other was taken third overall. But if the guy in the freaking second round felt a tremendous amount of pressure because he said that he had only had 1 year of full starter in the SEC, right? How does the guy taken third overall? That's why this coaching staff is going to have to do a great job of doing it. And another thing that jumped out to me was when I had to go back and look at some more Brashard Perriman film because I wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping. Brashard Perriman actually runs pretty good routes. It's just that he's not consistent at catching the damn ball. And then I go back and think about Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson ran routes. And so you put all these two together, and I'm going to go out here and keep it 100. I expect for Okudah to have not only a better season, but I expect for him to have an even better season his second year around than what Darius Slay did in his second season. But by year three, I'm expecting to see the full potential of him. And if it's not shown by then we got to have some conversations and make some decisions. All right. Also, the Detroit Lions have re-signed offensive tackle Matt Nelson. This is interesting news. This is very interesting news because I have always been on the record to say that I think that Terrell Crosby is in trouble. And then now you go out and sign Matt Nelson. Okay. Crosby better be out here putting in some work because the one thing that I can tell you is if he's not putting that work in, it's going to be a long day for homeboy. You hear me? I'm talking about a long day because the truth is nobody is really willing to say it, but you've been here long enough to have succeeded. Okay. Now I know a lot of people are paying attention to the verdict on the high profile case, but in here, I'm trying my best to stay away from it because here, this is like the safe haven. This is where we get our opportunity to just be in the midst of football. So it's not that I'm not acknowledging it. It's just that I need the distraction personally, and I think many other people do too. So we're going to stick it to just football. So please forgive me if you want to talk about the high profile case, but I'm just going to stay away from it. Now, Steve-O says he agreed with me, but he also don't think that they're going to release Crosby. I don't know if they're going to release him or trade him, but I think he in trouble. I think he in trouble. I'm not sure if I don't know how they gonna go about doing this, but I feel like it's gonna be some problems. And so just putting it out there. Now, let me make sure I get myself together because we got to talk about Dan Orlovsky. I'm convinced that he's an insider, like 100% Detroit Lion insider. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's 100% an insider. Some of the things that he know, like he knew that it was Stafford's last year before we knew, like for real, it was his last year. Like he had already was talking about, like, yeah, don't be surprised when Stafford is no longer a Lion. I'm like, how would he know this? Because people talking to him. Well, he comes out recently and he says that he did some research of his own and that he now believes that not only would the Detroit Lions not take a quarterback at 7, which I don't think they are neither, not only would they not take a receiver, which I think there's still a good chance they will take a receiver, but he's saying that don't even count neither of them too. But I kind of agree with him because the Vegas odds were way too damn good on us taking a receiver. And the only time I see Vegas do stuff like that is when they want to make money. And I don't think they're going to be trying to give money out if that's the case. Now, James Willis says that I think the question is, where are you going to move Vitae? Guard. They've already discussed that guard positioning for that. But just FYI. One Funky Lion said, thank you, Luke. This is a sports show, and that's why I'm here. That's all I'm going to talk about on this show is sports. I've always done it that way. You want to hit me up on the side personally and have a conversation about it, I'm open to it. But in this sphere, this is our safe haven from any of the other stuff. Now, stay with me. He says that he went through and looked at a number of different drafts and a number of different ways that he has seen things get ran over for the Rams and how the Rams started doing certain things. And he noticed that there was one trend that was consistent from the time McVay came in there. And so I had to go and look, and sure enough, he's not lying. They went ham in building up the trenches. Free agency in the draft, they went ham in building up an offensive line, building up a defensive line to complement and getting other pieces to fill in around it. And at the end of the day, I gotta be honest. He has them selected either Slater or Sewell, and I think he even said that if the Lions are sitting there with an option between the two, he thinks, based on how the history look and think, that they're going to go Slater. And now the media has gone full-fledged pressed on the Slater train. This is something that I've been talking about for months. I flat out said, if you keep Stafford, you have no choice but to go quarterback. I don't care if you want him or not, you have to do it. And if you don't keep Stafford, for whatever reason, if you don't keep him, then you have to now turn around and you have to 100% go they didn't keep him in a trade, but now at this point you got to take an offensive lineman because that's the most sensible, logical move. And it's starting to show just as the most sensible, logical move. Now, many of us may not believe this. Many of us may not know this, but the reality is the Detroit Lions quietly have been killing this offseason. Killing it. And they've been doing it by making sensible, logical moves. All right. So I wanted to hit on a few of those topics early because, that's what it is. But this is also going to be about the 2021 draft prospects at receiver. I found 11 of them. 11 of them who I know that we can get anywhere between rounds 2 through freaking 6 or 7. Literally. Like my confidence level is like at 9,000 in my Vegeta boys. Like I can see it. All right. But what I think we also have to do, is be 100% honest about some of these prospects. All right. So good people, if I'm not putting the comments on the screen, it's not that I'm ignoring you, but I want you to see this. We're just gonna put it out there. We're just gonna put it out there. So let's get into it. Let me get this off the screen, people. My bad. Hold on. I didn't realize it was still up. Bam. All right, here we go. So, right at the gate, I want you to pay real close attention. You may be saying to yourself, well, Luke, who are we looking at? What we looking at? Why we looking at it? All right. I came up with 11 receivers, and they're all based on certain reasons. This right here, good people, is one Mr. Marquez Stevenson. Once I get done showing you the film on them, we will go through and look at stats and determine how valuable would they be to this team. So first up is Marquez Stevenson. Why do I like this prospect? This dude is 100% just a gamer. So right here's the quarterback, and this quarterback is throwing the ball out here to Mr. Stevens. There are three things I want you to focus on with each receiver. One, versatility, because you're going to see a running theme with many of the players I'm going to show you. Okay. Two, I want you to focus on how they're catching the ball and what position on the field they're catching the ball in. What I mean is are they always doing it in a slant mode? Are they doing it down the field? That is important to what the Lions are going to do. And then three, this is the most important one. Okay. It's the most important one. I want you to just look at their level of competitiveness. That's it. How much more they want it beyond the guy who's covering them. This is in no particular order. I just think any of these 11 receivers will do. All right. You can take any of these receivers between rounds 2 and 7. Pete. So the first clip I'm showing you right here is a kick return. This is from Houston. Yeah. Straight like that. People, there are a few receivers on my list who has this ability to be a returner. Again, another kick return. Just working through the traffic. Now, y'all may be saying, well, Luke, why? Well, Jamal ain't here no more. And you brought in Khalif Raymond to be the returner. But who's better to have than a guy like this? Now, I do think he showboats a little bit too much, but the swag is on 10. But in this particular play, let me go back a little bit. So this very next play, what I loved about this particular play is right here. This man 100% is aware that he's trying to get to the NFL. Why do you say that? You only need 1 foot in college, right? That's it. You only need 1 foot. All right. And it's crazy to me that this guy is not getting more talked about. Marquez Stevenson out of Houston. He gets 2 feet down like 800 times. That's how much, and he looks down to do it. That's how much he wants it. Now let's keep going. Look at this. This dude just wants it. He makes sure he gets 2 feet down. This is called practice. You're practicing what you're going to do now, what you're going to do later. These kind of plays blew my mind because he burnt them, but I hate that he pulled up right there. Run it all the way through. But the route, though, look at this. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I mean, this is where is that? This is how we do it. Now, 100%, I'm looking at different parts of this man's game. I want you to focus in on it. Okay? These are all returns. Look at this. Just a scene. Imagine getting a guy like this in the 5th or in the 4th, because he's going to fall. I wish he had stopped this damn slowing down, though. Okay? I wish he had stopped that. Now, keep in mind, we are going to look at their college careers, production, and get into it. The next option that I believe that the Lions can draft, receiver-wise, comes in the form of another receiver, Tamarian Terry, and I probably pronounced his name wrong. Y'all kill me for it later. Out of Florida State. This just a grown man. Okay? First of all, that's him right here. Okay. And I know this is Arizona State. I know. I get it. It's Arizona State. I get it. I get it 100%. But man, look at this shit here. Look at this. See, wait till they do the replay. That's when you're going to get the appreciation. Look at this. I honestly watched enough film of him to believe that he's the next Brandon Marshall. Like, that's how confident I am. This right here is amazing. Because what y'all don't realize is that's a man over 6'2". I think he's 6'4" or something like that, or 6'5". But look at this, taking a bubble screen. Look, oh my God, look at this. It's not even close. Bruh, this right here is just more proof that the Lions don't need to waste any talent in taking a receiver in the first. The deep threat on this man is unheard of. This play I love because, let me go back and if I can catch it in the freeze mode. I love this play because, I'm right here. No, this ain't it. It's the next one. All right. So what I love about the next one is the fact that in this moment, look how high he is for the ball. Look how high he is. He measures 6'2", 207 at his pro day. Appreciate that, Steve-O. I went by with the what they call that, the college thing, the draft network. They had him at 6'4" or something like that. But nonetheless, 6'2" still doing that. I still think he got that Brandon Marshall play in him. But look at this right here. He ran a route that not only gets him to the high point of the ball, he's already higher. He stayed with it the entire time, all hands. Okay? All hands. 100% all hands. Now, again, a slant, and he's off to the races. Bruh. This just ain't fair. In traffic. Look at this route. Oh, get up off me. That's one. Get up off me. Oh, you gonna hit me? Bring something. People, I want you to pay attention. These are all people that you can take rounds 2 through 7. Next up on my list, okay, because every person I'm going to show you and all these prospects are late round picks. All right. Next, I'm going to show you Amon-Ra St. Brown out of USC. And when I watched his film, the first person that I noticed that he plays like is A.J. Brown. Just want the ball, will do what it takes to get the ball, and will fight you for it. You may have missed it. It happens. Let me go back. What I fell in love with is this. This man is responsible for this guy. And I don't even care if that's a penalty. What I care about is he wanted to smoke. If I'm going to block you, let me get you the hell out the way. This is called exiting the club, okay? That's what it's called. It's called exiting the club, right? And so at this point, I've already fell in love with this, right? I've already fell in love with this. I've done the research. I've looked at the kind of receivers that the Rams have taken, the Saints have taken, and just kind of what's been the mantra for the Lions. And these guys fit the mold. Just watch as my man just, bruh. The most important thing about this play is he snatches the ball out the air. At this point, he's already gauged the ball. The cornerback is gauging him. She probably be trying to figure out what he's going to do with life, right? You need to figure this out. But then he doesn't just line up with the ball. He commits to doing what? Snatching it out the air. Oh, my God. We need more of this in our life. Again, you probably can get this guy in the 3rd to 4th round. Maybe 3rd to 4th round. All right. Let's just look. Inside pass. Yeah, let me get that. Just 100% just want the ball. The route. Look at the route. Damn it, the route. Y'all don't understand. The route is what I need y'all to put y'all focus on. See, watch when they go back. They finna show you another replay. Watch how after this play right here, because we know he got in. We know, we know he got in. We know that there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. All right. Easy77 says, "Hey, a Titan boy here. I kill for another AJ Brown. I think that's who he remind me of." All right, watch this. The route. Look at this route, bro. Now, if you may be saying to yourself, "What's so special about this?" If you look at other previous films, he was notorious for setting it up inside and getting out here and getting the catch. But this cornerback knows that, so he just let me get in here. The spacing, the quickness. But he sold him on the fact that he can go outside. Look at this here. Look. In contact. With contact on him. With the contact on him, people. Now, you know what? Woo, boy, I'm telling you. It's sometimes the truth is there. Now, next up on my list, somebody who I think you can get late. His name has come up quite a few times, and I think he fits the bill. That is Dwayne Astridge from Western Michigan. You're going to see Mr. Dwayne right here. All right. You're going to see him right here. Boom. But again, keep in mind, he has return ability, right? He has the ability to return kicks, and that is something the Lions are going to look at. What I like about him is how shifty he is and how committed he is to when he gets a lane to run. The dude just don't want to get caught. And the biggest difference you will notice with him is when he catches the ball, he runs it hard all the way through the end zone. Whereas my man from Houston, Marquez Stevenson, like to show off a little bit. But look at this. I like this top angle because look at this. There's no quit. There's no quitting him. All right. I'm going to run it back. All right. That dude get that slant and it's off to the races. And then on this top view, you see it here all day. Top view show. Look at this. Look where he get this ball at. Like, seriously. I'm only doing this because I told you I got to do a lot of the draft prospects in a short period of time. And I'm trying to knock them out in groups. So stay tuned. I got another group coming tomorrow. And you're not going to want to miss that. Okay. So right here, this man all the way over here. Look at this. I don't want to quit. This is some Golden Tate type stuff. And the thing that I noticed with him is his yards after the catch is stupid. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, he does not like to go down. He's shifty. He's quick. And look at this, bro. Look at this. Look at this. My man had the angle and wasn't even confident that he could make the tackle. I had to cuss him out if I was the coach, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm the coach and I'm watching this film, it's already bad dog don't get beat right here. This wide receiver is Dwayne Astridge from Western Michigan. It's already bad dog got beat right here. Watch my man right here with the perfect angle. And if you look at his helmet, he see dog. He don't care. That's what honey badgers do. They don't give a shit. Watch this. I see you, but you're not going to catch me. At this, I had to cuss somebody out, bro. Somebody got to get cussed out. You had the angle. You had it. Look at this. I want y'all to get in the mix of this and just picture this. Look at this, boy. Look at this. There's no way he should have got that many yards. Everything about this player, and I know that they're going to talk about his height. They're going to talk about his height. But if you just look at this play right here, it don't look like the height was an issue. Look at this. Look at this. It don't look like height was an issue. Good ball. Defender's trying to get up there, but he didn't look like he cared about the height problem. All right. Now, I do like me some Camp from Georgia Tech, but he is not on my list. But he is in my heart, and I know that he's a good player. I picked 11 players for a very specific reason that do similar things. If you notice that most of the routes that these people are running are inside, intermediate to short routes. And the reason I did that is because when the Rams went to the Super Bowl, they ran the ball, and they ran a lot of intermediate to the short routes. That's what I'm looking for as a repeat to kind of help the guy out. So, stay with me, because I want to make sure I hit on all of these. This don't look like a guy who we need to worry about height issues. Okay? This don't look like that guy. Jesus. How are you this damn open? And what's even more scary is this. He starts. Let me go back a little bit. I'm finna get Patty a little bit. Let me go back. People, I say this all the time, that if you're playing cornerback and somebody comes by you, at least push them. Anything. So he's right here. The cornerback's playing off. What's special about this particular route is he understands where the cornerback positioning is. Excuse me. He understands where the cornerback positioning is and how to get underneath this. Okay? Watch this. The cornerback just says, okay, it looks like they in a cover 2. All right, watch. They ain't in no cover 2. I don't know. The cornerback must have been lost. I don't even know what the hell he was thinking. All right. So dog is already across the field. Look at this. I want the end zone. I just love it. Woo, look at this here. Bruh, I can't make this stuff up. What are we going to take of, you know what? Sometimes it's better to just be quiet. Now, I talked about his ability to return kicks. This is another part of it that we have to take note of, because they want people who can do more than one thing. He can return the kicks. Look at the way he sees the field. Look at this. Where's the nearest person to him? Let's be honest. Where's the nearest? Where? What is this? Like 100 yards? When is y'all gonna run? When are y'all gonna chase him? Like 100%. When are y'all gonna chase him? Like, I'm with you, Smitty. He said first Corey Davis, not his guy. Western Michigan over there putting some things together. All right. Now, Pete. Dude, this is just not normal. This is just not normal. Certain people I'm going to show more clips of because I want you to understand what they bring to the table. This guy is showing breakaway speed, not just speed, breakaway speed. So I want to kind of look at him a little bit different. This is him at the Pro Bowl. Okay. And he's at the Pro Bowl in one-on-one drills. I just want to show you why he's so good and why I think you can get him in rounds between rounds 2 and 6. I think maybe a 3rd to 4th round pick, but I think somebody gonna fall in love with this and by round 2 can pull the trigger on it. But just watch. Watch this damn route, people. Oh my God. I mean, not once, but twice he did him dirty. Twice he did him dirty. Look at this. I said nope. Oh, Jesus. Nope. Oh my God. This dude, bruh, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. Look at this route, bro. Just quick. Stopped on him. Let me get this money. Terrible pass. It was too high for him to be, because it slowed him down in his brakes. But look at this. Senior Bowl. I'm sorry. What'd I say? Pro Bowl? Shit, y'all got to excuse me. Look at this. This is what I want some of. This is what I want some of. Yes. I need that in my life. Next up, we have another guy who I think needs to get more press, and he's not. I'm going to botch the shit out of his name. FYI. I'm putting it out there right now. Ermir Smith Marsette from out of Iowa, number 6. This dude, to me, I'm just going to be honest with you. This dude, to me, now that right there ticked me off because I don't know why you celebrated right there. You could have got yourself hurt. But look at how he just burned past dog. Look at this. Look at this. Man, listen, bro. What I love about this dude is who he reminds me of. And I know somebody going to say, oh, you crazy. But this guy reminds me of Stephon Diggs. I swear. The swag, the want the ball, the aggression. I mean, he's angry for no reason. Look at this. Look, the quarterback trying to figure out, you take it too long. Let me get on by there. He just wants the end zone. And when you find people with that attitude of just wanting to get to the end zone, everything else is just not even worth conversating about. He just took, look at this, bruh. Again, this is Erm Smith Marsette from out of Iowa. Notice that he also can return kicks. And what I love about what he did with his kick return is, and y'all missed it, he jumped over the guy. He's using his block to set up his lane, but then he turns on the next gear, and we're out of here. I mean, Jesus. I mean, look at this. The smallest pass turns into something big. Look at this. This dude don't care. He wants to get into the end zone any way possible. And what I want you to see is like this. Even on this bubble screen, look at this. Just the small things. Just the small things. A guy who can run a lot of routes and look, wants the ball, don't have trouble in being contested. Look at this route. Look, get out of here. Let me get on by you. Let me get this. Now, we're going to talk about their career stats. We have to. But look at this. Now, if you're watching this clip right now, you're saying, well, who in the hell is this guy? This is Anthony Schwartz out of Auburn. He's my next receiver that I think we can get in a later round. A guy who can return kicks and punts. A guy who's got speed, who is shifty. In my opinion, he plays very similar to Golden Tate. But his ability to just turn on that next gear is just ridiculous. Look at this right here, bro. Like, I don't need, like, did the cornerback touch him? Did the cornerback get a hand on him? He did. He pushed him enough. It didn't help him. It didn't help. Again, a guy that they're just having fun with, pitch and catch, because he's getting deep threat. And notice that another thing that I'm showing you with all these guys are receivers. They are receivers who have the ability to work within a certain system, but they are bringing speed to the table, right? These are guys who are bringing speed to the table. Look at this. These were some of the similar things we were doing with people like Jamal Agnew with the reverses and stuff like this. Look at this. A guy who can see it and just want the end zone. Let's see what else we got coming up next. I want to make sure I don't miss nobody. Okay. But I want y'all to understand what he can bring to the table. Because to me, it's the yards after the catch for me. All these guys can get yards after the catch. And they do it in a variety of ways by constantly moving their feet and their hips. All right. This guy is Amari Rogers, wide receiver out of Clemson. I watched probably about 4 games of him. And I think what I learned about him was he's basically Robert Woods. Like he's basically Robert Woods. Just with the first group of people I've already shown you, there is zero reason for us to even think about a receiver in the first round. It just isn't. This guy, Rogers, to me, has an ability to find openings in the space. The one thing about him that I have noticed that he do in a way that kind of bothers me is sometimes he, body catches. But again, keep in mind, this is another return guy. and y'all gonna see this as a running theme for these guys. If you can return kicks, if you can get open in small space, then you're gonna win. You're gonna win 9 times out of 10. Now, I see one funky Lion fan says Amari got some sick routes. Dude gets so much separation on his cuts. It's crazy, bro. I watched his route run and I was just like, yep, another person that's a candidate that's not getting a lot of conversation. He's not getting a lot of press, and he's finding ways to utilize his skill set to get open. Look at this. Just brilliant. Just brilliant, 100% beautiful. And you want to get mad at it, but it's a lot in his game that I love, and I think the Lions can get him probably around the 4th, if not 5th round. You know, maybe 3rd. I'm gonna give him between 3 to 5. He may go in the 2nd, depending on who took a look and liking to him. Like, I see him as a New England Patriots target, but the dude route running is just is there. It's there. So, you know, the speed, obviously, like, you know, that blazing speed, it don't matter. His mechanics in terms of how he's able to get open is just nuts. Look at this right here. Yep. Just lower my shoulder. Let me get the first. I like his football awareness too. I think that's a very high, underrated point for him. But I also noticed that a number of those kind of tackles where he's getting hit in traffic was evident as well. What's going on, Detroit Lions? Real Detroit Lions fan? That's probably Andrew in the building. What's going on, Andrew? All right, now we moving this thing along because I want to show y'all some of the career stuff. Now we getting into a guy that I really don't understand why he's not getting any press. This is one Mr. TJ Vasher out of Texas Tech. That's that man right here. What's intriguing about him is how big Vasher is. It's amazing to me at how tall Vasher is. I don't even know how you get around this. I really don't. TJ Vasher. Now, I mean, you know, again, I go by what the internet tell me. That man is 6'6", bro. He is not a good route runner. I'm gonna be honest with you.